It's 45 minutes past the hour of 7 a.m. One of my subjects that I like to talk about a lot in this on this program is the San Lorenzo Valley Water District, and I will not be ranting and raving and screeching this morning, but I do have a couple of gentlemen in the studio with me. We have Peter Lang. Peter was on the board of directors for a couple of years in the late 90s. He's a retired CPA, real estate broker, financial advisor, worked with many large companies as a computer consultant, and he has lived in Boulder Creek for 27 years. Good morning, Peter, and welcome to the program.
Morning, Rosie.
Nice to have you here. And Mark Messimer, who is with the San Lorenzo Valley Watchdogs. Good morning to you, Mark.
Good morning, Rosie.
Good to have you here. I'm so glad that my water bill has gone up. I just love opening the bill. I have to sit down and have a cocktail before I open the bill to see how much money I'm spending. However, tonight there is a meeting whereby the board will... Is it, Peter, is it a rotating scenario that happens with the board of directors?
No, I don't think so, Mark.
No, I think what you see is they will elect a president, as they have for Jean Radcliffe. She was the current president going out tonight. And then they have a vice president, and that vice president usually just rolls right into the presidential position each year.
And that's Chuck Bauman.
And that'll be Chuck Bauman, yes.
So Jean will become a minion.
Yes, but in a lot of ways, she's been the minion already for the whole year. Yes, she's had the title of president, but directors Bruce and Bauman flank her at every meeting. And I've even seen Margaret Bruce take over the meeting before. It's not uncommon. So figurehead position has sort of been that title this year.
From your point of view, you go to some of the meetings, Peter, I understand, which are invariably a little late for me, so I'm not able to attend, but I'm always interested in what is happening there. We've now seen lots of little independent groups popping up in the San Lorenzo Valley who realized that what the Watchdogs were doing was an overall position, and now people are popping up and forming their own independent groups, which must be telling us that folks are really interested in what is going on.
They're more than interested, Rosie. The bill has doubled over the last 5 years, and the current board plans on doubling the water bills again from where they are over the next 5 years. The water district is out of control spending. They've gone from a $10 million surplus a few years ago to being in debt and not being able to afford much infrastructure repairs at this point. And it's getting worse and worse, and the spending is absolutely out of control.
Well, they could always just go camping in some of the properties that they own, couldn't they?
They might do that. We should check.
Do they still have the property that they bought that was really sort of the genesis of all of this, people becoming involved and what have you, the property that they bought in Boulder Creek behind Foster Freeze?
Yes, the Prosser property. They still own it. They still own it. And there is continued discussion. It's come up again of let's do something with it. The campus project, which is where we sort of originated from.
Yeah.
That's still on the table. They're looking at alternatives of how to, move out of that current building they're in. We've recommended there's plenty of other office space in and around the valley, but they're so focused on our facility must be in Boulder Creek. We are the hub of the valley. Well, that really hasn't turned out to be true. Highway 9's been shut down intermittently for the last couple of months due to that slide by Brookdale. Getting the resources to different parts of the valley is now mission critical, and especially with the addition of the Lompico Water District into San Lorenzo Valley and the Olympia Water District Annex. We need that material all over the valley, not just locked in Boulder Creek. It's
obviously this isn't an election time, in as much as it's not an election time that we the folks will be voting for the board of directors, but with the same folks going to be there just shuffling their chairs around a little bit, what can we anticipate, Peter? What are we looking at? Is it going to be ineptitude down the road, or do you think that with a change with Jean moving out of the seat and Chuck coming in, that we might hope for something a little clearer?
With Chuck coming in, with any kind of changes that happen now, Rosie, you're shuffling the deck chairs on the Titanic. The water district's going down. They're in debt. They have hundreds of thousands of dollars of unrecorded retirement obligations to CalPERS. There's lots and lots of financial problems, and it's getting worse. It's not getting better. The spending is accelerating. They're hiring several new people. It's unjustified. We don't know why they're hiring people, and they're getting less work done. It's costing us more. And the water district's going to financial ruin.
What happens then? You're a financial dude. What happens when you have a utility and they run out of money?
Well, when they run out of money, the people in Santa Cruz and SoCal who need water desperately are going to demand water. They're going to say, we need to take over San Lorenzo Valley. There's going to be consolidation. The local people in San Lorenzo Valley will lose control of their resources, lose control of the water. The water district is going towards bankruptcy, and it looks like it might be part of a master plan that powers in the county, including the Santa Cruz Water District, have planned for years. They call it conjunctive use. We want your water. We can take your water in the winter. Well, if they can take it in the winter, they can take it in the summer when they really need it. So this is a master plan. This appears to be a master plan to consolidate all the water resources in the county and really pimp the people in San Lorenzo Valley, and they'll lose local control, and they'll be in debt. And then Santa Cruz will decide how much people in San Lorenzo Valley pay and how much water they do or don't get.
I tell you, when you look at the San Lorenzo River in the middle of summer, it's like a trickle compared to what it is in the winter. It's nothing.
Correct. And that's when they go for that groundwater.
Yeah.
Right. So there is a discussion, in fact, on tonight's board meeting agenda relating to the Santa Margarita aquifer. And that is that conjunctive use. They're saying, we're here to figure out how to refill it, to restore it, to, build it back up. But on the sidelines of those discussions are all those interties we put in and we paid for years ago, which now freely can move that water from the San Lorenzo Valley to Scotts Valley to Santa Cruz to SoCal. Peter's right. There is discussion at the county level of how to access the resources of the San Lorenzo Valley. The district members or the district leadership right now is allowing them, is opening up the doors by becoming, financially, it's a financial risk at this point. Let me give you a great number. We've talked before about the Vierra, the Terry Vierra cases.
That was my next question about that. Is that still pending?
Oh, it's pending and growing. It's pending and growing. The last number that Lois Henry put together, and Lois is used to be the district manager for Lompico, an award-winning statewide district manager. She did a calculation for us last week, going through every bill since July of 2016. And the grand total for legal fees for that period of time is $470,000 and growing.
Almost $500,000 for
Correct.
a little water company.
$35,000 just for PR work. Peter?
Well, total legal fees over the last 12 months is almost $1 million. They have more lawsuits than all the surrounding water districts combined, and they keep spending money. They have tremendous outflow every month for the new law firm that's spending money on all these legal disputes.
Exactly.
And there's only one answer why this is going on. Again, it looks like they're purposely trying to spend money to run this district into financial ruin so they can be taken over by outsiders, mainly the county and Santa Cruz. And, it sounds crazy. It is crazy. And if you watch the spending, you watch the approval process, you watch the terrible financial reports that they use to make decisions, you know there's something much bigger going on than just our bills going up, which are terrible. Our bills going up are terrible. It's needless. It's senseless. And the thing is out of control.
This is terrifying. This is water.
Yes. But water is the new gold.
No kidding. No kidding. So the board meeting this evening is at what time?
It's a two-part meeting, so they've got a 5:00 start time for a closed session. So the board will open the meeting, will accept public comment, and then they will go off and have a little meeting behind closed doors. Topics there include upcoming litigation. They haven't told us which one yet. Could be the new Terry Vierra case, because remember back in March you told your listeners Terry Vierra might sue.
I did say that.
And guess what?
Terry Vierra is suing.
Exactly.
Well, look at that. What a surprise.
What a surprise. So what he's saying is, District, San Lorenzo Valley Water District, you promised to pay all my bills. We were in this deal together. You knew I was in a conflict of interest, and so were you. And then you cut off the tap, and now I have to pay all the legal bills. So he's suing the district. Could be that one.
Is he suing for more than what he spent? Or is he just suing for his fees and his costs?
It
Do
would
we know
appear
that yet?
it's fees and costs, but this story keeps spinning into new little whirlwinds of legal chaos every time we look at it.
And how is our general manager doing,
C plus,
Brian C plus Lee? How is he?
Hostile. Aggressive.
No, I can't believe he's hostile and aggressive.
Yes. In fact, there was a meeting just a while back relating to the rate increase where a member of the public walked up to an opposing member, someone who didn't want the rate increase to go in place, and she kicked that individual. She assaulted that individual in the meeting.
How charming.
How charming. Mr. Lee's response was to confront the victim and hold the victim back so that they could not pursue the person who attacked him.
I bet he was. Anyway, no, I won't say that.
Oh, yeah.
No, I'll be kept. So
as the world turns.
Yes, and doesn't it just? So this isn't a scenario here tonight, ladies and gentlemen, for you to go out and vote. This is a chance for you to look at finance, legal, operations, the behaviors of the board, and the meeting starts at 5. And then it's 6:30 is the open session, and that will be in Boulder Creek. Peter Lang, Mark Messimer, keep up the good work. Keep your eyes on the prize.
Absolutely.
Appreciate your time this morning.
Thank you, Rosemary.
Thank you. It's 58 past the hour of 7 a.m. This is Good Morning Monterey Bay.